Today on Golf Destination, we visit a semi-private golf course just north of Boston. Plus, we get teaching tips from Christina Ricci and Dennis Hoye. And we get a taste of swing oil. Plus, we learn who won the 2025 Gosling's Bermuda Open. All of that and more next. Hello and welcome to Golf Destination. I'm Meredith Gorman. Just north of Boston is a fantastic semi-private golf course that offers a great membership and fun layout. It's Ould Newbury Golf Club in Newbury, Massachusetts. Opening in 1916, Ould Newbury Golf Club is a semi-private 9-hole course located along Route 1 in Newbury, Massachusetts. Built by Scottish architect Jim Lowe, it's known for its many elevated greens and scenic views of the Parker River, and provides a challenging experience for golfers of all skill levels. In recent years, the clubhouse has undergone a major renovation with upgrades to the pub, locker rooms, outdoor patio, and most recently, the pro shop. Following your round, stop in for a drink and a meal and enjoy views of the club's 2nd and 9th holes. Some golf courses may start you off with a relatively easy opening hole to allow you to find your swing before tackling the rest of the layout. This is not the case at Ould Newbury's first hole, Governor's Way. It requires a long and accurate drive from an elevated tee box. A good tee shot leaves you with a mid to long iron approach to a green guarded by a sand trap to the right and a severe drop-off to the left. Par is an excellent start, but don't be disappointed with a bogey. Your best shot for a birdie will be the par 5 second hole, Clubhouse Hill. Longer hitters usually have a go at the green on their second shot with great confidence, as there's no penalty areas to avoid on this hole. Around the green is free of bunkers, but slopes from back to front, and at times can be sneaky quick to putt. So try to keep the ball below the hole, or you could find your birdie opportunity turn into a bogey very quickly. Be aware that a gallery of the club's members may form on the deck behind the green, so you may want to approach this hole with a thick skin. Ould Newbury is known for its small greens, and the third hole around the bend presents you with the first one. You can cut as much off the dogleg as you dare from the elevated tee, but don't go too low or you will be blocked by a group of large pines that protect the left side of this hole. A drive down the center will leave you with an approach shot of 150 to 160 yards to a small green protected by a bunker on the left. Be careful not to overclub yourself coming into this green. Better to be half a club short, as long shots are known to find the hazard behind the green. You have now arrived at Ould Newbury's number 1 handicap, Leary's Locker. A long, straight, and slightly uphill drive on this par 4 will leave you with a second shot somewhere in the neighborhood of 200 yards, unless, of course, you can hit a tee shot between 275 to 300 yards. While again, you may not see much in the way of penalty areas on this hole, be careful with your second shot, as it's difficult up and down from behind this green, which, like the previous 2 greens, slopes from back to front. Hawk's Perch measures at 327 yards, but don't be fooled by the yardage of this uphill dogleg par 4. A well-placed shot of about 200 yards is a must to prepare for your second to this devilish green. Be well aware of the pin location on this hole, as there can be multiple breaks between your ball and the cup. The 6th hole, Salt Marsh, is the first of the course's 2 par 3 holes. A solid iron shot will carry the tidal marsh in front of you and should carry you safely on yet another small green. Be sure you avoid the 3 small but deep bunkers which guard the front of this hole. The 7th hole, Walker's Alley, provides a generous amount of fairway to work with, but don't get too confident from the tee box, as a long shot too far to the right may find the creek, marsh, or trees along the right side. Should you find the fairway, The challenge comes on the second shot to this elevated green, which is surrounded by pine and cedar trees. This slightly elevated green is one of the largest and flattest at Ould Newbury. The 8th at Ould Newbury Cedars is one of the club's most picturesque holes. This short par 4 requires a straight tee shot to set up a short approach to the club's cupcake green. Be careful to avoid the small cluster of cedar trees on the right-hand side of the fairway. Do not miss this green either left, right, or long, as the drop-off is severe and makes par very difficult. If there is a hole at Ould Newbury that people talk about more than any other, it's the par 3 9th Old Hickory. This par 3 plays all uphill and much longer than shown on the scorecard. Most are looking at a 3-wood or driver to reach the green in regulation. Better off taking birdie out of the equation and setting yourself up for par. You've just seen the course, but now let's hear from some of the people who play Ould Newbury every day.
Ould Newbury is a 9-hole semi-private golf course. We're located in Newbury, Massachusetts, right next door to Newburyport, Mass. Our golf course is known for very nice greens, raised elevation greens. We only max out at 6,100 yards, so people look at the yardage and they don't think it's very difficult. But once they get here and play, they're shocked by how quick the greens are, small, elevated above them, makes it a lot more difficult than the yardage looks.
This golf course is a very challenging, tough test of golf. The greens are fast, the greens are small. We got a couple long par 4s, probably one of the hardest par 3s you'll play in New England at least. And you know, we have a saying here on your approach shots, you know, the greens are so small, as long as you're not left, long, or right, you know, you'll be okay.
I decided to join Ould Newbury as a result of me playing in a golf tournament here. I really loved the course. We were playing in a scramble. I just found it to be a lot of fun and really welcoming atmosphere. Ould Newbury is a place where you are never going to get the same round of golf twice. 20 years I've been playing this course and I never get bored with it. It is an absolutely challenging course. You have to learn how to use all of your clubs in your bag, especially your short game. If you can play the greens here, you can play the greens anywhere.
I thought it was a 9-hole course, so I wanted to be at an 18-hole course. But the course is so challenging, you can't wait to play the other hole again. So it's super, super challenging and super, super fun.
We are situated on the Parker River. The views that we get from the back of our 5th hole and the 6th hole and our 7th hole are spectacular, overlooking the marsh. We're currently working with the Town of Newbury to get a conservation plan in place to be able to remove small brush trees and a lot of the invasive vines along the river to give the natural views that this place should have. When I first joined Ould Newbury, before I started working here, my wife and I were looking for a place to join, and a friend of ours brought us up here to play. And we fell in love with the place right away, not just the golf course, but the membership that it was already here. The friends we made right away, how inviting it was. And probably the number one thing at the time was Jim Hilton was the head golf professional, is still here on a part-time basis. But Hilty, as everyone calls him, has been here for 45 years and made it so welcoming. You wanted to belong at a place that was like that.
I would describe this membership at Ould Newbury as family. Everybody treats you just like family. Everyone is inviting, everyone is very, very respectful. It really is, that's what makes this club, is the membership, and that's what's gonna keep me coming back for years and years to come.
The membership here is really diverse. We have a great group of women who play golf very regularly with each other. We have a league on Monday nights and Tuesdays as well. We also have a new young executive membership, and we've been getting a ton of younger members coming into the club and just rejuvenating the membership. It's been really encouraging to see a lot of the younger members picking up the game and really joining the club and becoming part of the fabric of who we are.
The membership has really opened their arms to this younger executive membership, and once you get them here and they see they're playing in tournaments, they're having fun, they're being treated just like they're a full member, which they are. And our goal is to have them be here for the rest of their lives. And once they buy in, usually people don't leave here. They stay here because of the value of it and the challenge and the great conditions of the golf course and the camaraderie of what the whole club has built and the board has worked really hard to build over time.
This golf course, this club is the full package. From the membership to the golf course, to the people that work in the pro shop, our staff in the pub, our staff in the maintenance areas, the whole thing just makes you want to come back.
You can view Golf Destination content from the past, as well as original programming on our YouTube channel at Golf Destination. Up next, Christina Ricci joins us and gives us pause in our short game. Plus, we learn about swing oil when Golf Destination, presented by Goslings of Bermuda, continues. Welcome back to Golf Destination. I'm Meredith Gorman. Now, Christina Ricci joins us to offer a tip to help you improve your chipping.
All right, so if you're a player that really struggles with your tempo around the green, you get anxious in the mind, all right, and that causes your downswing to be really quick. Too quick and the ball goes flying. Let's go ahead and add a dead halt at the top of your backswing. And then rotate through. All right, I use this for my game because I get quick. All right, specifically in the transition. That was a great chip. All right, so it's gonna help you smooth out your mind. All right, so you're gonna come to a dead halt. Boom, and then rotate through. This is really for your mind, because when we get anxious, it's coming from your brain. You know, something in your brain is uncomfortable, and that's why you quicken. So halt, and then rotate. Halt, rotate. All right, when I do that, my chipping is transformed. I get my crisp chips back, clean contact. Your arms are connected to your upper chest. This is important. So just rotate the chest. Don't try to hit it with your hands. That's where players go off and that's where they get anxious. So they're trying to hit it with their hands. All right, and that's where you get anxious. Instead, cement your upper arms to your chest and just rotate back and through. Boom, boom. All right, and you can see the chips are like super crisp. Very nice.
Thanks, Christina. Let's take a look at a New England-based craft beer that was born out of a love for golf. It's called Swing Oil, and it's delicious.
My background in the beer industry is that probably 13 years ago, I started a little craft beer company out in Brimfield, Mass, with some partners of mine that happened to take off very well. My friend Tommy comes to me about 1 year after we started and said, "Hey Dean, I got this idea for a beer company." And I said, "What do you got?" He said, "Swing Oil. Do you think you could brew it for us?" I said, "Geez, Tommy," I said, "we can't brew enough beer. People were running out of beer on our own. We can't do that." 13 years later, "What do you think about Swing Oil?" I said, "You know what? Let me help you." I said, "Let me come in, join with you guys. You guys are a great bunch of guys. You've been trying it now for 10, 11 years. Let's see if we can swing a driver at this thing instead of a pitching wedge."
Swing Oil started back in 2012, sort of when craft beer started taking off a little bit back in the day. And we were obviously golf enthusiasts, and we saw a real need sort of as craft beer became a little more prevalent in golf courses, 19th holes primarily, that there was sort of an opening to kind of bridge the gap between golfers and craft beer enthusiasts, and we thought it would be a great idea to bridge the gap between both.
The beer does stand on its own. One of the things about the beer that I'm most proud of is when I came in, they had a couple of different brands, and we said, "Hey guys, let's compact this. Let's get this into a couple of brands that are really good." And we came up with Swing Oil IPA. the 4.3 IPA, which has all of those beautiful IPA flavors that you want. And then we have Knee Knocker. Knee Knocker is an espresso milk stout. That espresso is, we grind the beans ourselves, we brew the cold brew coffee ourselves, and then we add it to the batch of stout, and it makes just this beautiful coffee chocolate adult beverage.
Swing Oil differentiates itself by connecting with golfers first on the golf course. There's obviously sports bars and restaurants and pack stores. A lot of decisions can be made when you're deciding what beer to drink. Swing Oil for us was a way in. It was sort of a niche beer that we could bring to golfers, and then when they leave the golf course, they could go back to their favorite restaurant, favorite package store, and order it, and that's where we started to get some traction on the brand. Yeah, so the other piece of Swing Oil is our website, swingoil.golf. We have a whole apparel line, which is really big for us as far as wearing our brand. You can learn about the brand, learn about our beers, connect with us, send us a message. We'd love to hear from you.
You can view golf destination content from the past, as well as original programming on our YouTube channel at Golf Destination. Coming up, Dennis Hoye tells us the importance of ball placement for your selected club when Golf Destination, presented by Goslings of Bermuda, continues. Welcome back to Golf Destination. We'll head next to Yarmouth, Massachusetts, and get a playing tip from PGA Professional Dennis Hoye.
Hi, this is Dennis Hoye, PGA Professional here in Yarmouth Golf. We're here today at our links course. Ian DeArmond, my assistant's out here today. What we're here to talk about today, we're going to be talking about how to hit a 60-degree wedge shot off the fairway. But what we want to do first is talk about ball position, because I think one of the things that's very important to remember is all the clubs that you have in your set are going to be different length. This is a 60-degree wedge he has here, and that's basically the shortest iron that he's going to have shaft-wise. So the ball position for this shot is going to be either in the center of the stance or maybe even a little further back, depending on what type of shot you're trying to hit. And then as the clubs get a little bit longer, the ball position is going to start to move forward in your stance, because that's the length of the shaft is going to determine where the club bottoms out. And when you get to your big stick, the driver, you're going to have that right off your front heel at the forward portion of your stance, because if you have a club that's too long and you have your ball position tends to be a little bit too far back, you can't get that club face square when you're hitting it. So whenever you're playing on the golf course, it's a very crucial thing to remember is all these clubs need to be in the right ball position in order for you to make good strikes on them when you're hitting them. Okay, here we have the 60-degree wedge as we were talking about before. Number one thing to look at is ball position. It's going to be right about in the dead center of your stance for a full shot. Okay, one of the important things to remember with the 60-degree wedge is a lot of people when they go to play get this club and they see all this loft and they want to hit it like a tour player. But one of the things you got to remember is you're still swinging it like you're swinging one of your regular clubs, but the club's already designed to have the loft, so you don't need to help that ball airborne. You're still going to hit down and through on it, and that's when you're going to have your best contact going through. A lot of people, when they hit this club, they try to skim that thing under the ball, swing underneath it, top it, hit behind it. They get very frustrated with it, when if they were to work on it a little bit better, would learn that you're really just trying to learn how to hit down and through like a regular shot, and then you're going to be able to control the shot, and you're going to get plenty of height because of the way the club is designed. And the takeaway for today, as we'll see, is you've now learned that how important it is to have the right ball position in your stance. So whatever the length of the shaft is has to be in the right position to make good contact. Second point for today was learning how to hit a 60-degree wedge and swing it just like the rest of the clubs in your set, and you're going to have a much better success rate. And don't be afraid of it. Be aggressive, take a good swing at it, let the club do the work for you, and you're going to have much, much better results.
You can view Golf Destination content from the past, as well as original programming on our YouTube channel at Golf Destination. Next, we see who won the 2025 Goslings Bermuda Open when Golf Destination, presented by Goslings of Bermuda, continues.